is up, piss bags? JJ back here from Rump Your Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be a Major League Baseball for Tuesday, April the 20th. Games going to be played between the Cincinnati Reds and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Going for the Reds is Luis Castillo, and for the Diamondbacks is Zach Gallen. Current betting spread is Reds minus 130, total 8. All right, so another two solo plays come through last week, moving the solo vids to a whopping 5-0. A killing spree, as my fellow Halo friends know about. Last Tuesday was first 5 under 4, Cleveland, Chicago, White Sox. And on Friday it was under 4.5, Seattle, Houston. We then went right back to that 4.5 under well for Saturday, Seattle, Houston. But then I pushed the Royals first 5 money line. Don't even get me started on that game. It might have been my most tilting bet of the year. Royals are still leaving guys on base, LOL. But it goes to show you that one bet is just that. I mean, no matter how good you are at this, you certainly won't be right every time. I mean, 60% your goal. Same goes for how bad, if you're bad at this, you're not going to be wrong every time. It's why those buildings are so tall in Vegas, and the sports books keep reporting the legal sports books keep reporting massive revenues month after month. It's because nearly everyone who bets sports is simply not disciplined. I mean, even when most find themselves winning, 7 or 8 games out of 10, they give back extra money because they chased a game, or they chased games in those 2 losses. They doubled down, or they played a shitty game because they thought they were on a heat check. While it's often easy to steer the ship when winning, when losing, it can be quite a struggle. Also, some may even tell you it's not so easy to steer the ship even when winning. The betting board opens up wider, and you start risking more than you normally would, likely resulting in a lost shirt or 2. This is why you truly need tubs of Vaseline and like a good soap opera or Lifetime movie that you can rely on. When sports betting is just not going your way, this will keep you away from tilting away senseless bets in the sports book. Like my perfect night is when the wife goes to sleep early. I take out the candles, the Astroglide, maybe even some rosé. Mid-movie, as the plot thickens, I can begin to dip my nipples into the Astroglide, and I can go to town from there. Speaking of nipple dipping, though, we've been going through coffee creamer in this house at like historical rates. I mean, sure, I've been known to take the occasional nipple dive myself into the French vanilla creamer, but I think someone's breaking into my house at night and stealing servings of the coffee creamer. I don't have evidence from our Ring doorbell, but I know I'm right here. And by the way, there's only one way to drink your coffee, light and sweet. I like my creamer with a splash of coffee. Folks who drink their coffee black are likely serial killers, so I advise you to tread lightly with any of these individuals that you know of. It just might save your life. All right, so on to the play here. One thing about me, especially with Major League Baseball more than other sports, is I stick to what's been working. Now, I don't force action in that regard, but I do look for similar spots that have been cashing. This brings me to another first 5 under. First 5 under for this game is lined at 4.5, minus 120 at BetMGM, and that's it's a very favorable spot for me. So I like that under 4.5. And so now the question of why, right? So let's start with the Reds side of things. So Luis Castillo at a surface level has looked like a complete gas can to start the year, right? But pull back the curtains and it's not nearly as bad. I'd even go to argue, dare I say, that he's been good. His expected ERA is 4.10 and his xFIP's 3.99. So why the drastic difference or disparity with the 7.04 surface ERA? Left on base percentage for Mr. Castillo, 47%. That's not going to cut it. Home run to fly ball rate at 20%. His K per nine's down, but his line drive rate's down as well from his career numbers. A line drive rate of 16% simply just does not warrant an ERA past 7. Hard contact at 17% is also quite elite. So where are the issues, right? There's got to be issues somewhere. You can't just, be that unlucky with a 7 ERA. Miles per hour is his issue. MPH, as the cool kids say. He's down a few miles per hour thus far. But I think I can crack that code. So first of all, Luis Castillo has been notorious for losing a few MPHs on his fastball in the cold weather. His first start was a 35-degree day versus St. Louis, where he got absolutely shelled. Then he goes 7 shutout versus Pittsburgh, and it was a warm 80-degree day game. Coincidence? I think not. Finally, he goes on the road to play the Giants in a 50-degree start with the wind blowing out. Now, we also know Castillo's a much better pitcher at home versus on the road. He's been that way his whole career. So he should start to trend better, and maybe even this start. That's the goal. Expect his I would personally expect his fastball velocity to bump back up to 97 in what's going to be a 65-degree early evening game. Now, the Diamondbacks also haven't exactly been tearing the seams off the ball either. They heated up from their last Cincy series a week and a half ago and carried that right into Oakland, but they cooled off in Washington despite drawing some juicy pitching matchups after. Scherzer Still no Marte, and up and down this lineup, it's just filled with cold bats. I mean, look at the averages of some of these guys, especially their OPS. I'd expect Castillo to throw quite well in this start. Now, moving over to Zach Gallen, who got his first start under his belt versus Oakland and pitched really well. Gallen's been nothing short of superb since his debut in the majors in 2019. The only knock on him would be his walk issues. He's in the same neighborhood as Robbie Ray with his walks in terms of over 3 per game or 3 per 9. But a lot of soft contact and 4 good pitches with a live fastball. He'll draw a Reds team that got off to an absolutely blistering start, but has since cooled down a bit. Sure, they have a 10-run outburst versus Cleveland a few days back, but 3 runs or less in 6 of their last 8 games, and also no Nick Castellanos for the next few games as he'll be serving a suspension. So that's one less big bat for Gallen to concern himself with. Now, these are the type of pitchers that warrant a total of 7.5 in this park, which would be showing a first 5 of 4, but instead it pops at 8, and maybe it's because of Luis Castillo's surface woes or the recency bias on the Cincinnati bats, but both of which are smoke and mirrors right now, as Cincy hasn't been as hot as I think people think with their sticks, and Luis Castillo hasn't been as bad as he's looked, and Zach Gallen's a very live arm on their side, on the Diamondback side. So with all this in mind, I jumped on the first 5 under 4.5, got that -120 at BetMGM. May the odds be ever in our favor. Want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you slip on a banana peel. Also, we've been getting quite close to 100 likes on these videos, so let's hit triple digits here. I'm not asking you for like your firstborn kid, just a few simple mouse clicks. As always, drop your comments below, your thoughts on the play, and let me know who you're betting or don't, and go fist yourself. I'm kidding. That was like a little aggressive, I guess. Maybe. Actually, no, I'm not kidding. Seriously, though, I always get back to you folks in the comments, and it's a safe place. Dive in. The water is warm. Be sure to head over to runpurebets.com to get all our content for all sports. Bets 25 off. Code for 25% off. $15 for the whole week, folks. All content. I'm giving out tennis every morning. And, of course, MLB at night. Or 45 for the month if you're into that thing as well. But I did, rarely anybody disappointed with everything you get. Again, Discord's worth the price on its own. Cover all sports, and for the price, like I said, Discord is a steal. And don't even get me started how fruitful the DFS end is with all this stuff too. So we'll also have content lined up all week on this channel. Joey Work will get you the next 2 days. In baseball, I'll be back Thursday night. All right, so look, enough knob slobbing here. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to gamble responsibly and stay safe, folks.